Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. This is Lamar Haven. Welcome to Megaman X. So, in my last Let's Play of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I promised that the next one was going to be the game I know better. Here's that game. Megaman X is definitely up there as one of my favorite games of all time. Because, you know, nostalgia trips. I'm on them right now. What I have, as compared to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which had its issues when I played it last, it was meant to be purely from memory run. I wasn't gonna look anything up, I wasn't gonna try and go back and do things better. I was gonna go through it once, as well as I could, based purely on at least 15-year-old memories, and do what I could with it. What ended up happening was a run I wasn't really happy with. I mean, that was to be expected. This time, I've got a game that I know frontwards, backwards, every which way. I've looked up anything I might have forgotten, and I have a planned out run to do exactly everything I want to. And also, if you ever watch Ego Raptors on YouTube, which if you don't, what the hell is wrong with you? He has a wonderful video on this level specifically, like Mega Man X, and how many wonderful game design decisions they've made from it. It's a lot about conveyance, about how they convey ideas in games, how they teach players in games, how they do everything without even the slightest tutorial. This is essentially the tutorial level, and everything in the level is meant to teach you how to play the game. And any other skills that you might need to play the game are taught to you later in a very efficient and impressive way. So that's probably one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite games of all time. You don't need an instruction manual for this game. You don't need anything like that, and this is in a day and age where they didn't usually have super long tutorials in games like they do nowadays. Nowadays they take out the instruction manuals because you literally don't need them, because everything is explained to you in much more detail than the manual ever did. So here we are as X, moving on, and there appears to be a gigantic ship in the sky. How come the bad guys always get all the cool stuff? So I suppose we did teleport. So maybe they're old school. They're analog, we're digital. That's the explanation. Dramatic music? Who could it be? It's a mech! This turned into Pacific Rim. Don't worry, I'll stop it with my... Oh dear. Let me shoot a few pellets at it. Uh-oh. I don't think this is gonna end well, guys. It might be over. It's been fun. I'll see you guys next time. Oh dear. Why'd you pick me up from that side? Was that necessary? Yes, actually. That was the general idea. Otherwise I would have ran, but the screen wouldn't let me scroll. What's that noise? There's a noise. Is it a good noise? It's a good noise! Oh my, he has a head thing! Wait, I have a head thing. Head jewel. Does he have hair? Do robots have hair? Well, obviously, we haven't collected a single power-up yet. Wait, I'm not? Why do I have a gun? Well, yeah, like I said, power-ups. I still need lots of power-ups. Wait, why don't I have all the abilities I was designed with? This strikes me as a design flaw. Oh, well. Not that you have a big ego or anything. What's a sigma? I'm kidding, I know who Sigma is. Oh, so we won't see you till near the end of the game. Got it. I do too! Sort of why I'm playing. There's the code! Remember, back in the day, we used passwords as our save system. So here we are on the Fox Select screen. These are all different Mavericks. If you've ever played a Mega Man game before, you know what this means. Each of these guys is the Mega Man equivalent of a Robot Master. Mega Man X equivalent of Robot Master. So today, we're going to take on Chill Penguin first. So I should go into some detail about the story for those of you who don't know it. And also talk over the amazing music, because that's the thing I do. Mega Man X, who we're playing as, that is his full name in theory. They never ever call him Mega Man X later in the series, he's just X. Mega Man X is what is known as a Reploid, along with his friend that we saw, Zero. Pretty much all humanoid-ish robots are considered Reploids. I'm not sure if these little guys are. But anyway, Reploids are essentially robots that are nearly indistinguishable from humans emotionally wise. They have just as much of the emotional range and capabilities as any human does. Right now, there's a group of Reploids known as Mavericks. Reploids who have gone off the beaten path and want to start destroying shit. Led by Sigma, a former Maverick hunter. And X and Zero are the lead Maverick hunters. There are others, but you almost never meet them. Well, you do in the next game. I'm sorry. In the next 2 games, you meet other Maverick hunters, but they're basically stormtroopers. So, yeah. I'm gonna try not to overly abuse the charge shot because it gets annoying sound-wise for folks, but chances are I will do it because I already am abusing the hell out of it because that's just part of my strategy for playing this game. And what's this? Throwback to the Mega Man games. You might recognize him. This is Dr. Light. This is a reference to the fact that X is one of the first Reploids, and when Dr. Light first made a Reploid, his intention was to make them individuals, indistinguishable from humans. He succeeded. Unfortunately, he was hoping for a more utopian existence. Not exactly what we got. Destined to fight, just like his predecessor Mega Man. Another unfortunate situation. But Dr. Light thinks ahead. You might notice that from creating holographic messages to lead his future robots. These little things, capsules, they're going to give us power-ups! Or, you know, he's going to teach us how to dash. A dash. Again. This isn't super special, folks. See, they don't actually call him Mega Man X. I think they only did it in, like, the manual. Anyway. Poosh! That would be our boots changing! Ding! And that happens automatically to show you what they do. But now, if you double tap forward, or press the A button on the SNES controller, you dash! There is something they don't immediately tell you that is actually an extremely useful skill to learn, and that is if you are wall jumping, like I've shown before, and you press A and jump at the same time, you'll dash off the wall. It'll make you go a lot further and give you a lot more control over your movement. And this is a mech. More Pacific Rim! More Jaegers! You can go up there to get a power-up, however, we don't have the necessary power for said power-up. so we will not be going that way as of yet. But yes, it's not a very long trip in those mechs, it never is. In later installments of the game, the mechs play a bigger role. The game feels like it's running slow, but the frame rate isn't dropping, it's just the game itself. Alright. And here we go, our first Maverick fight. You will recognize this room if you've ever played a Megaman game before. The most threatening of all Maverick bosses, Chill Penguin! Okay, he's not exactly threatening. When he clings to the ceiling like that, he'll summon a blizzard that'll push you around, but he'll also shove around those ice sculptures he likes to make. So yeah, this is the strategy. As to what Chill Penguin is weak against, he's weak to the Buster, is essentially the whole deal. He's not particularly weak against any one of the other Maverick boss's weapons, I believe. If he is, it doesn't really matter. I haven't taken a hit, so... the game was running slow and I didn't do that dash right, so I feel horrible. But that's Chill Penguin defeated. And now we get his power. Ding! Shotgun Ice is our power. Little demonstration of what it does. It doesn't show what happens when you shoot it against the wall, however. Then we get our password, and we move on. So, next we're going to take on the robot Maverick, I'm afraid. Maverick. That is weak against Chill Penguin's power. Spark Mandrew, the manliest of Mavericks. And also, I believe, part gorilla. Don't ask. So, quick note about this level, it changes if you beat one of the other Mavericks. There's a specific Maverick that if you beat him, this level looks different. And it actually acts different. The power is shut off. You're not able... so those little sparks that are on the ground, those disappear, but the lights also turn off. So it's a little more difficult in that sense. It's actually overall easier to me, though, with the power off. That said, there is an item a power-up here, also, that we have not gotten, because it can only be gotten with another Mavericks power. So this is a level we'll have to revisit to be able to get 100% in this game. Yeah, you can destroy those things that are flying at you if you know where they might be coming from. Those ostrich things. The game loves those ostrich things. Not entirely sure as to why. This boss is a mini-boss. It fights differently if that same boss that shuts off the power also makes this fight different. That little lightning thing that it called down, that doesn't come out if you defeat that boss. Just unload on it as it's down. If you get stuck on the water blobs on the ground, you can't move until they break. And that's pretty much it. Wow, the game is not keeping up. The sound isn't... like, the music was supposed to keep playing during that. Oh well. Oi! Die! Thank you for that. So, unlike Megaman games, in the Megaman X games you'll notice our life bar is lower. That's because you collect parts to increase it. So you don't start with the max life bar, you start with a very small one. In some sense, this makes the early game more difficult, to new players especially, but it makes the end game easier overall. There's also another change later that we'll get into when we get to the other parts. But here's where that dash jump I mentioned. If you dash by hitting dash and jump at the same time, the dash jump off the wall. As you can see, I got up here. There we go. And that's how you get the first heart in the game. It doesn't require any special items. It doesn't require any special moves. You just dash jump off the wall and hope your timing is good enough. If you shoot that guy fast enough, he doesn't have a chance to launch his missiles and hit you in the face. It takes some pretty good timing and pretty fast button mashing, though. And now we have another unlit room. Oh dear! Ah, it's done with me. Normally I just dash through and blast those things as I go, but you can only have 3 pellets, the little shots on the screen at a time. And here we go! Time to fight Spark Mandrill. See, you can tell the weapon bar is higher than our life bar. The life bar actually passes the weapon bar a little bit at max. Creepy! I like the intro. You're not gonna like what I'm about to do to you, though. That. Also this. Yep. Welcome to Megaman X, where every boss can pretty much be cheesed in some way. Especially Megaman X1. My god, can they be cheesed. Oh, darn, I took damage. I feel ashamed. Alright, and that's the end of him, and that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in next time when we take on the next 2 Mavericks. Mavericks? I think I was about to say Mavericks. That would have been embarrassing. Wait, I just admitted it.